Hi everyone, Viv here, the Unicorn Mommy. First video, so a little bit nervous. To get started, I figured I'd give myself a little bit of an intro. I'm Viv. That's not my real first name, it's my middle name, but we're going to stick with Viv. I'm a wife of, let's see what year, 18 years this year. Have 3 great kids. Several fur babies, cats, dogs. I work in a local hospital. Sorry, I have fruit flies everywhere. I can't get rid of them. I've done everything. There's no fruit laying around, so I don't know. Where was I? I work in the local hospital. I'm a nursing assistant, and I will be going to nursing school in the next year or so. Figured I'd start with a little bit of my crafting background. I learned how to crochet when I was really, really small, about 7 or 8. And my great aunt taught me how to do the chain stitch when she was visiting for Christmas, I believe. And I made tons of necklaces and bracelets and lost interest. And the people who knew how to do it couldn't figure out how to teach me. So, and I just kind of lost interest, you know. But I will never forget. It was red heart yarn, and it was red yarn, and it was a teeny tiny little aluminum hook. I'm pretty sure it was a G hook or an H probably, but I actually still have that. It's back in one of those boxes. I don't feel like digging it out right now, but anyway, I lost interest, and then by the time my great aunt visited again, I wasn't, I was like, whatever. But about a year and a half ago, I picked up knitting. And I love looking at yarn hauls. As soon as I picked up knitting, I was like, yeah, I want to see people shop for yarn. And I stumbled upon Crystal, Bag O' Day Crochet, of course. And she was doing yarn shopping and yarn reviews, and and then I was like, I really like her, so I started watching some of her tutorials, and then I was like, what the heck? I'd give it a try. And so I just had a tiny, not even a quarter of what I've got up on those 2 shelves behind me now. I think I have maybe 4 skeins of yarn. And it was, it was like, oh God, I didn't have a hook. I mean, I did eventually find it, but I went and bought a few hooks, and this was close to Easter of this year. It was just a couple months ago. My the Easter bunny, aka my daughter, purchased a few things for me. She got me some hooks and a few skeins of yarn, and said, go ahead, Mom, you can do it. So, and now I'll segue into my handful of finished objects. My first finished object was this bag. It's from one of Crystal's tutorials. It's the chocolate rose, and it got a little wonky, but I like it. I've used it as a project bag, basically. I just, if I want to start something, I'll just shove that first skein of yarn and a hook and my doodads. But and it's lined. This is the lining. I think it's a Thomas Kincaid fabric that I got from Walmart. But it's that. I love it. It's beautiful. Love those cuts of colors. It kind of reminds me of an English cottage garden. But and it's done in Red Heart Super Saver. It's the Dusty Gray. And then the straps I did in, it's the Romanian cord. I was like, I was finished with the crocheting the back part, and I had to put the handles on before I could put the lining in. And I said, I don't want to wait to order purse handles, and just doing a chain or a single crochet type strap seemed really loose to me, but this is pretty strong. And I, was looking up crochet purse handles, and that was one that was popped up, and it was really easy. So, but yeah, I'm quite proud of that. So that's I call it my gray rose because it's not chocolate, because Crystal did hers in brown. Next is just a yellow beanie that I haven't weaved the ends in yet. This was a test to see if, because knitting, I can knit a hat, no problem. I can knit it, whip it up, and I know it'll fit, but crochet is kind of, But this is just a basic beanie, and I got this pattern, was from Pattern Paradise, basic beanie. And it's in Super Saver, bright yellow, and it fits, oh gosh, my goodness, fits good enough for me, throw it on my head when I'm running outside to feed my cats, when it gets cold this winter. But I'm going to have to try out some more beanie patterns or hat patterns. And then my next finished object is this. If I can get most of it on there. It's the Whitby baby blanket. The pattern's from Lion Brand, and it is done in mandala. It's Spirit. Yeah, this is Spirit. One of my favorite yarns is mandala. And I want to say, I don't have the pattern right in front of me, because I save my patterns on my phone and, look at them while I'm crocheting. But I want to say I added extra rows of the border. I can't remember at the moment. But loved it because it's super, super easy to follow. It's just double crochet all the way to the end, then do a couple of chains and keep on going. But yeah, I worked this up in probably like 2 evenings. And I found this because Penny from Penley Ann's Creations, this is her go-to blanket pattern. And so I was like, I'll try it. And I did it. I loved it. And this is, I think, baby blanket size. But I know no one expecting a baby right now. Or no one who just had a baby. So it's going to be right now it's just going to sit in my finished object box until I can figure, if nothing else, I might give it to my mom to throw on her couch. I'm not sure. But those are the finished objects I've got. And I'll segue right into my whips. My current whips. First off, it's the, excuse me, my throat's dry. Need some tea. This is the Cotswold Ripple. These bags, I got them at Dollar Tree for $1, and they work perfectly for what I need. This is the Cotswold Ripple. It's from Lion Brand's website, and I'm not feeling the color changes in the middle of the row, but I'm just going to go with it because this is for my youngest daughter, and she told me that doesn't bother her. And it's done in Cupcake, and this is the color Gelato. And I think it calls for 2 skeins, and I've got exactly 2 skeins of it. So, well, yeah, that. And I haven't done enough rows of that yet to actually see the ripple effect. To me, it just still looks kind of like a mess. But next up is Tiny Tulips is the name of the pattern. It's from Lacy Crochet on Blogspot. And it's a baby blanket pattern, of course. And I'm doing it in This is Ice Cream Big Scoop in lemon meringue. And it's just a lightweight, lacy type. To me, it screams summer to me. It screams summer baby blanket, carriage blanket, something like that. But yeah. If I remember to, once I get this uploaded and everything, I'll put anything, all of that, pardon me, any of the patterns and stuff I'm using, I'll link to them in my description box. I think I can figure that out. Next up is what I am calling my behemoth. Let's put this over there. It is based, it started out as the Whitby baby pattern, and my daughter calls it the pride blanket. But it is using the Whitby pattern. But this is what it looks like so far. It's all of it is Red Heart Super Saver. It's the Mexicana, is the variegated, and then I matched up as best I could in Walmart. It's bright yellow, pumpkin. I'm on cherry red now. And then next will be amethyst, is going to be the purple. And then blue, my Walmart didn't have a blue that would match. I was so irritated. But luckily, about a couple months ago, I hit a Michael's when they had yarn on a lot of sales and clearances, and I picked up, I think it's, Vanna's Choice in electric blue is what's going to be the blue. And then it's going to go into Patty Green, and I think then I'm sorry. But yeah, it's started with the bright yellow, then pumpkin, then cherry red, then it'll be amethyst for purple, electric blue, the Patty Green, and then I'm going to do more of the Mexicana variegated. Yeah, and all of the yarn for this is in this gigantic bag. This is what I call my movie project when I'm sitting at home. In the evenings, I'm off work, and I have to I'm sitting at home watching a movie or something. That's what I pull out, because that's too big to tote places so far. And this one is one I just started last night. It is the Granny Square, the classic granny throw from Yarnspirations. Never done a Granny Square. Get away from me, fly. And I was hesitant, but I figured, what the heck. And so I did. I started it last night, and I like it. It's, I started it with the Red Heart Super Saver stripes and latte stripe. Because yesterday I went to Walmart, and as everybody I'm sure knows by now, a lot of Walmarts are having clearance on their yarns. And I got that skein. Those are all of my whips. Now I'm going into my most recent haul. And I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 skeins of the latte stripes. And I don't think that'll be enough for the blanket, but that's what I'm gonna use until I run out, and then I'm going to switch to where is it? This was not listed on clearance, but it rang up on clearance at my Walmart. It's the Red Heart Super Saver in buff, because I looked up. They have the color coordinations list, and that was one that was listed. I think it's, yeah. That was the one that was listed. But, I got 2 skeins of that. It rang up on clearance, $2 each, so I don't know. It wasn't listed on the shelf as being on clearance. And then I got, no, I think I got one of these already. Doesn't matter. Can never have too much. It's Super Saver Delft Blue. I'm a sucker for blue. And I get a skein of this, a skein of this, a skein, whatever. A skein of this, a skein of that. You know, figuring, I can use it, multicolor stripes, whatever. Cafe latte. Why is everything, I'm holding up everything upside down. Yeah, cafe latte. And put these back in this bag, and then later my daughter gets to put them on the shelf. That's her, you know, my 14-year-old loves to organize my yarn. She does. She comes in and set this over here. She loves to, you know, put it by color. It starts with the blacks and then the blue, grays and blues and purples but she gives up because when I buy yarn, I just shove it up there. I don't color coordinate or organize. I like to keep, the only thing I like to do is my variegateds, my mandalas. Yeah, those are all mandalas, a couple of comfy cottons. Cupcakes, Karen Big Cakes. They're all over there in that section. I like to keep my variegateds together. And the rest of my haul is, I like that. Here's another Super Saver. This is lemon. Love that color. Love, love, love that color. I've noticed a lot of people will say, you know, doing giveaways, they'll go, well, you know, just put your favorite color of yarn in the in your comment. I'm like, you pick a favorite color yarn. It's like picking a favorite kid. I mean, honestly, when I started, I was leaning more towards blues and teals and purples and stuff. But all the colors are gorgeous, all of them. And then these 5 skeins of Simply Soft. I think, yeah, these are $2 each too. A little bit wonky. Orchid. Mint, soft green. I always want to call this mint. I don't know why. But it's the soft green. Oh, I got it backwards again. This is purple. Pumpkin. Ignore my camera skills. They'll get better, I promise. And off-white. Those 5. And then my mandala section there, my Walmart is getting punier and punier. I think I'm the only one. I can't say I'm the only one that buys it because they've run out of yarns that I've seen, and then when I go back saying, yes, they've got it at Walmart, it's gone. But I got 2 cakes of the mandala in Chimera. I try to match my centers, but I'm not too fussed if I don't. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, any of it, except for the browns that I got. But I love mandala. I think it's my, if I had to pick a favorite yarn to work with, I think it really is mandala so far. But yeah, that's what I got, what I'm working on, what I finished, a little bit about me. Special thanks to oh gosh, her name has slipped my mind. With Yarn and Hook. I call, in my head, I think of her as the critter lady because she crochets all the critters. Oh gosh, I feel so ashamed. I have forgotten her name. But she really encouraged me to do my own videos. So here I am. Critter lady. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And also to Seta from Seta's Place. She's encouraged me too. But yeah, here I am. And I will be back soon when I've got more things to show or do. Or something I can't think of, I can't figure out, and I need help. I'm not ashamed to film a video of me messing up and going, hey, well, how do I fix this? Because I do consider myself a baby when it comes to crocheting. I know there's a lot of stuff I need to learn. I'm going to learn. And there's a lot of stuff I want to learn, especially how to get rid of these gnats, fruit flies, whatever they are. Does anybody have any tips on that? I've got cups with vinegar, and you put the saran wrap over it and poke little holes so they can go in, and then they can't get out and they drown, and you can just... It's working. I've caught some, but they're still here. So I don't know. There's no food laying out. I don't know. Don't know. Maybe my house plants. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here, get this posted and everything before I lose my nerve. And y'all have a blessed weekend. Bye.